Hey guys, Rubble Games here, and we're on episode 2 of our Let's Play of the Pirate Caribbean Hunt. Um, so I've gone out, last time we played, we just kind of finished the first couple of little quests, got our fort, and the next mission I was on was to reach level 2. So I've done that, and I kind of want to take you through a little bit of some of the skill trees and things like that that are available. So you can see when you do level up, you get this little gem over your little icon here. Click on it, go into your captain skills area. You can see now I'm level 2, and you can open up all these different things in here for skills that you can go off and improve. So it looks like I've got 2 gems I can spend, so each one of these skills is 1 gem. So a couple of things I want to do. Let's see, what am I looking for? So one thing early on in the game is kind of tough to get is getting gold and making sure you have enough money to upgrade your ships and to go ahead and upgrade your town so you have a lot of money coming in. So merchant skill is a good one. Essentially what happens with this one, it reduces the purchase price of any piece of cargo by 1 gold. Of course that leads to trader, which then also increases the selling price of your cargo by 1 gold. So this will really help increase the profits. So that's one area for that. Smuggler is a good one, where you can now get additional profitable goods by smuggling them to smugglers that will appear on the map. Now let's see. Skinflint reduces the wages your sailors are asking for, so it's a little cheaper. Keeping your ship going. That's probably one you don't need to worry about until you get to a little bit larger ships. Bosun, Axeman, and Quartermaster are all basically repair skills that you can have on your ship. So while you're fighting, you can repair the hull, repair the sails, or replace cannons that you might get lost while you're going along. Sailor increases when you're fast traveling across the map. That increases the speed, reducing the time it takes you to get places, and reducing essentially the cost, because every week you have to pay your sailors, so the faster you get to places, the cheaper it is for you. Shipwright, your vessel upgrades are cheaper. Commodore and Commodore 2 increases your fleet size. Right now you're limited to 2 ships, or I'm limited to 2 ships. You can get that up to 4 ships. Some of the things as we go through the episodes we'll see, but it's, you know, unless you're capturing large ships, you really don't. I mean, I've found that having more than 1 ship is actually kind of burdensome to try and control all those at the same time, because the AI does not do a very good job with fighting. It will very quickly get into the wrong areas and get itself strafed and heavily damaged quickly. So the only time I take more than 1 ship with me out is when I need a ship that just is carrying crew, so that I can capture a larger ship. So for right now we're going to avoid that one. Ferryman will open up transport missions. Essentially these are a 0 cargo mission that gives you cash from going one place to another. Smuggler, we talked about that. And Gambler, there's a little gambling mini game you can play and try and win money off of that. Let's see here. Oh, and then Mayor, this Mayor Governor Duke line, essentially it increases or it decreases the cost of upgrading your base buildings, and then Governor and Mayor increase the level in which you go. So the max level for your buildings is 6. So pretty good once we get a little bit further down the line. And then up here is really your military skills. Firebug, Trapmaster, and Exterminator have to do with dropping oil, flaming oil, and exploding barrels. I don't really use those too much. It probably would be okay to drop them behind there. But really what you want to get into really is the mortars. When you start taking on ships and you get ships that can carry mortars, this is where you're going to be doing a lot of damage to guys. So I'm going to start off with Merchant and Trader this time, I think, just so it can really get my skills going. Gunner is not bad. Admiral is not bad, right? So those things are not bad. Veteran increases your experience, and then the Corsair, Cutthroat, and Swordmaster line increase your boarding, so we can take over ships. But I'm going to go with Merchant and Trader right now, because I'm going to I really want to get that gold cranked up so that we can start maxing out ships, buying higher grade ships, maybe even taking over some higher grade ships and going from there. So yeah, so that's really kind of, I'll cover a few more things while we're here. This might be kind of a shorter episode, just kind of showing some of the more nuanced areas here within the game. So here's your reputation. So you can see we're still pretty early in the game. So as I pay my guys on time, this will go up. The number of the price will go down. The number of sailors available will go up. Then if we can take that smuggler and ferryman skills in the thing, you'll unlock these reputation areas. As you do more missions for them, your reputation will go up. These are the current ports that are available. You can see I've done a little bit of merchant. A lot of this stuff is going on with Spanish ports. Early in the game, there's a lot of Spanish port interaction. And there's some French and British as well, and Dutch ports. I don't think we have too much for Danish ports right now. You can see, actually, I think I've killed a couple of Danish ships, so actually they don't like me very much right now. And then later on in the game, when you unlock more parts of the maps, the Portuguese ports become available. When you get past 1776, the American ports become available, and you can see as these things go through the timeline, the longer you play, the more of these ports open up as of course all these different countries gain their independence. So it's pretty cool as you go through that right there. So that's the reputation system. And one area that we will touch on a little bit later is this overview area. So in the ships area, it kind of just gives you an overview of all the different ships. That's not as interesting as the blueprints. When you go out into the open, you can go out in the open water and just sail around, and you will find wrecks along the coast and cargo and other ships to fight. But the wrecks, when you find the wrecks, and sometimes when you destroy ships as you're fighting them, you will find blueprints on them, and the blueprints will show up in here, and once you've collected 100% of the blueprint, you can then now build that ship at one of your base's shipyards. There is another building you can buy for a ruby that will allow you to add I believe it's called a shipwright, and if you have a partially completed blueprint, they will, for a price, complete that blueprint and then allow you to build that ship then. So yeah, so that's the blueprints. And then treasure maps. Again, I haven't got any treasure maps. Sometimes these ships that you'll either get a pirate or something like that will attack you as you go through the game. Sometimes they drop a treasure map that essentially leads you to a treasure island, and then there's a mini game on that island that you follow the map and kind of point you to trees or rocks or some things like that. So if I get one of those later on, I'll do an episode on that as well. So let's see, where are we at? So that's the overview items. Challenges. So you have challenges of the day. That's how you earn rubies. So today, right now, say, hey, if I destroy 4 ships of the cutter class, I get a ruby. And again, like it says here, when I have a ruby, I can either get a lighthouse for my base, a merchant's guild, or a shipwright. Merchant's guild is really nice. As your warehouse fills up at your base, the merchant's guild will sell off the excess. So you always kind of have a maximum amount of items in your warehouse, but then it'll sell off the excess, and you can then, you know, every time you stop off at that port, you get some gold, which is really nice. Let's see. And then the rest of these items, this just has the current, hey, now I gotta go learn my first captain skill, which I've done that now, so I guess as I exit, yep. Captain, it's a waste of good money to sink merchant ships. We should capture them instead. So now we're getting to the second part of this quest line here. So he's saying now we need to equip our ship with some grape shot and shoot the enemy until it surrenders. So now we're unlocking this. So okay, approach and board his ship and move your crew there until it's yours. I've marked a merchant ship in blue on your map. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. First, I think I have some cargo here I need to sell, and some oil. As you can see, I used all of my cannonballs to get to level 2. Oops. That's probably good enough, and then we will. My experience, it takes quite a bit of grape shot, so we'll do that. That should be good. So, and we'll pay our crew. Good. Okay, so now let's go see if we can capture our first ship here. There he is. It's a sloop. And we will go off and try and see if we can capture this guy. Sloops are kind of smaller ships, so we'll get around here. And you notice that if you, so I was toggling my my sails here. When the wind is pushing towards the rear, and you want to turn left. Or if it's pushing you to the right and you want to turn left, you kill off your front sails. If you want to turn to the right and it's pushing towards the right, then you kill off your rear sails and it pushes your nose over. So it's just kind of a easy way of doing a quick turn on this. I'll also try and show you the, if we get a chance here, I'll show you adjusting the sails as well. I've done that in a few of the videos, but there we go. Come over, sails spin me around. There we go. I don't think I've really talked about too much about how the sail adjustment does. Basically, it's just trimming your sails, and that will increase and decrease your speed. So for these slower moving ships, like what I'm coming up on here with this sloop, you want to kind of pace them a little bit, and that way you don't have to worry about weaving around or doing weird things like that. So. Alright, let's get on up here with this guy. Speed up time a little bit. And there we go. And we'll ball him down a little bit. Slow myself way down. So what we're going to do is we're just going to knock his, knock this down until it's in the red. Oop, there we go. Okay, so now switch this to grape shot. And I'm going to come up on him again. I'll slow down here. And if I grape shot him, there we go. Victory. So when you do grape shot, it doesn't actually do damage to the ship, but it does kill out the crew. And once you eliminate enough of the crew, well, then it is vacant, and you can capture it without having to fight anything. Now, if you try and capture the, or if you try and board the ship before all the crew is dead, or this little, see, mine has a full blue bar in here, and there's a blue bar in here that reduced down to red. Once that's gone, then the ship surrenders, or we can capture it. This is what we're going to do right here. And now I have 2 ships. if there's still crew on there, then you have to go fight them. And when you fight them, you lose your part of your crew, and until their crew is gone, or until you lose the fight. So that's always a little bit riskier, especially if you're going after a larger ship. So this one's pretty easy though. So we will, well, let's go ahead and sail it back here to Fort Zoutman. Okay. Captain, word is Garden betrayed you for a chance to join the Confederacy. That sure would explain it a lot. We're lucky that Devil Morgan hasn't heard of you yet on his golden throne in Libertatia, or however you say that. But Gartum's brother-in-law, Pedro de la Pesa, is seeking audition with him to have you killed. We could hit Pedro in his base before he makes another move. I marked his location on your map with a red skull. Okay, so another base attack. Oh, and pop up, here comes the challenge of the day, destroy 4 ships of the cutter class. Complete it and get 1 ruby. Okay, cool. So, well, I think I'm going to cut it short here. So we've captured our first ship. We've leveled up our captain. We kind of did a little overview of all those items there. So I think the next one here is I may look at getting some gold now that I've purchased those merchant skills. Get some gold by doing some trading missions back and forth a little bit on the map. And then upgrade the ship a little bit. And I think the next video I'll take through talking about the upgrades and some of the different things they do on the ship. So until then, guys, I'll talk to you later. And if you like this video, like this series, again, give me a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.